Women in swimsuits use mostly their butts to try to knock each other into the water. Really, I could have ended this review there and no one would be surprised. At least that was my original thought. This anime is actually pretty light on the pervy stuff, and in the first 3 episodes, clothes get ripped off once, there are 2 butt grabs implying more than just good game, and 1 boob grab. Granted, there's about 20 minutes in the bath, but that sounds a lot more pervy than it is. Surprisingly, the anime focuses more on the training, tactics, and techniques of the game, but besides that, the anime is about a sport designed around women, and only women, slamming their boobs and butts into each other. It's not nearly as objectifying as I thought it would be. Okay, let me explain. Go watch my other videos and you'll see that I have a history of being really hard on animes that go overboard on the fan service. And while there are a few fan servicey moments, they are not only few and far between, but actually serve the story. For instance, the bath scenes take up about 20 minutes of the first 3 episodes, but it's one of the few places where the girls can actually talk. So yes, technically they are in the bath, but the water is intentionally brown so that you can't see anything, so you're more looking at brown water than nudity. The swimsuits are almost all one pieces. This easily could have been a string bikini or some sort of opaque material, but instead they chose to make the swimsuits very modest and the jiggle physics are in check. Additionally, most of the attacks used are simple smack with your butt attacks, and then there's some dodges. In fact, so far the only clothes-ripping scene that there's been was an attack used by accident, and it was a huge deal. Even the single use of that attack leads to crippling pain on the behalf of the user, and could lead to permanent damage if they keep using it. In fact, she's actually forbidden from using the attack ever again unless she undergoes rigorous and intense training. Now, the training suit itself is a stupid design that accentuates her butt and is needlessly open in the front, but this is the exception, not the rule, and it's actually mocked in the same episodes that she gets it in. She hasn't completed the training as of episode 3, so I can't say that it helped, but statistically, training in animes does work. Additionally, the sport itself is highly regulated. There are multiple types of competitions and the rules for wins and losses are expressly stated. For instance, only boobs and butts can be used to make attacks, but the attack can land anywhere. Only the participants' feet are allowed to touch the ground and get wet. Any other body part that ends up in the water or touching the ground means they lose. I was really expecting just to be angry about giant bouncing boobs and needless skin exposure and overly sexualized characters, poor writing, and none of that actually happened. The writing actually makes sense for the world. The characters have clear personalities and motivations, the obvious points where sexual objectification could have happened have been subtly and tastefully avoided. And seriously, 2016, what the hell? Animes I was banking on being fantastic are nigh impossible to watch, and animes that should have been easily ignored as shovelware are actually some of the best shows this year. What next? An anime about child prostitution giving us a lighthearted but serious look at the economic disparity between the lower and upper middle class?